Hey. Okay, in this video this morning, we're going to talk about something that is very prevalent right now because of social media, which I'm using right now. I realize the irony. We're going to talk about jealousy. So, if you have a teen girl, if you're a if you're human, you might be experiencing jealousy on a regular basis, or your daughter might. Because now, while jealousy is a normal human emotion that we're actually wired for, and I'll explain that in a second, we are really in it deep these days because of social media, because our girls are spending so much time scrolling through their news feeds and seeing pictures of other girls. Some are close friends, some they have no idea, they don't even know them, or celebrities, and they're spending a lot of time in what I call compare and despair, which is, or fear of missing out, which are both forms of jealousy. Okay, so I want to talk about that this morning, but first I'm going to share this video with my group, Confident Moms Raising Confident Daughters. I've been doing these videos each day this week, and I've been putting booklets. I've been doing little workbooks to go along with these videos, and I've been putting them in the Confident Moms Raising Confident Daughters group. So if you're not in there, please go to Confident Moms Raising Confident Daughters and ask to join the group. Okay, so back to jealousy. Jealousy really gets a bad rap, okay? Jealousy is, like I mentioned before, it is a normal human emotion. We're wired for it. And I'll tell you why we're wired for it. Because our primitive brain, that lower brain that I like to talk about, its number one job is to keep us, is survival. And the way that we survive is we're constantly checking out the things around us. We're trying to decide what the things around us mean about us. And will it hurt us in any way? How do we size up compared to other potential dangers out in the world, which aren't really dangers anymore like they used to be. It's just, other people and life experiences. And so we're constantly coming at things from a very kind of negative, what's this going to mean about me perspective, right? Which is another way of saying a scarcity or a fixed mindset. I know your kids probably hear a lot about fixed mindsets and growth mindsets in school. It's the same thing here, right? There is a belief that there isn't enough to go around. Our brain needs us to believe that because it's going to help us survive. If we can figure out what it is we need, and if it's in scarcity, we got to figure out how we can get our hands on it, right? So, jealousy is a form of a fixed mindset. It says there's only so much brains, beauty, talent, abilities, money to go around. And of course, that's not true. But again, we're on autopilot each day. We're not really taking time to think about what we're thinking about ourselves, which is, of course, the job that I have is when I work with clients is to show them their brains and show them that, which is like pulling back a heavy curtain, right? And just being like, whoa. Anyway, I digress. So jealousy, it doesn't feel good in our bodies. Even though it's a normal emotion and it can actually be a useful emotion, which I'm getting ready to talk about here in just a second, it doesn't feel good. And that's one of the reasons why our girls are spending a lot of time not feeling good, because they're on those phones and they're scrolling and they're seeing things, they're seeing images that are filtered and quite frankly not real, but they're comparing their lives to this idea, right? So that's one. The second way that I like to talk about jealousy is it's really our self doubt cleverly disguised in other people's clothing. So, our jealousy really says more about us than it does the people that we're envious of. But yet, we tend to make jealousy like something that a villain would feel, right? Oh, she's just jealous of you. She's treating you that way because she's just jealous. Or we feel bad when we're in jealousy. So I want to switch that up today. I want to talk about jealousy in a different way. I want to switch from that fixed, scarce mindset to one of abundance. I like to think of jealousy as a useful emotion that can really tell us a lot about what it is that we want in our lives. So instead of looking at things as though, oh, I'm so jealous of her, she gets to go on all these trips, she has all this adventure, she has all these great clothes, she has all the friends, right? She's always having fun, she's always doing something. I never do things. If we can switch that dialogue in our heads from what I don't have to what I want in my life, or I like to put it in a list. When we're making a list of what you do want in your life, I like to pepper in things that I want and I already have. Because it reminds me, it's my brain, I can put that evidence and I can give that evidence to my brain that whatever it is that I've ever wanted in the past, I've been able to create for myself. I've been able to go out and get it without sitting behind a screen and feeling like I'm lacking because I don't have it. I hope all of this is making sense. So, to review, jealousy is normal. It's normal. It's how we survive. It's a form, it's an emotion that comes from our wiring as humans. It's very normal. It is not a bad thing. It is not something that says something bad about us. It's really a key to telling us what we do want in our lives. We just have to flip the switch. We have to go into our brains and we have to ask it better questions to get it to flip that script from negative and scarce and fixed to positive and growth and abundance. The other thing that I like to think about when I'm looking at something or I'm watching someone else's life and I'm thinking how great it is, I like to think about being in gratitude. I'm in gratitude for them and the life that they're leading and the example that they're showing me of what's possible. And then I like to be in gratitude for what I already have. And one of the things that does is it allows me to look at this kind of standard or this life that I'm looking at that I really want part of. It allows me to be like, okay, what is she doing? What is she doing what steps is she taking? How did she get there? If she's always surrounded by a lot of friends, what must she be doing in her life to have that in her life? Well, what she's probably doing is initiating invitations. She's probably putting herself out there a lot. She's probably thinking of new and fun things to do, right? Maybe she actually isn't doing those things, but when I think about it that way, it makes my brain work a little bit harder for me. You guys, one thing about the brain that you need to understand is it actually secretly works against you every day because its main job is to survive. And so what it wants to do is avoid pain, seek pleasure, and just be efficient. So whatever it is that you're thinking, that whatever thoughts, whatever story you've put in your head, it's just going to keep spitting that out to you because it doesn't want to work too hard to think another thought. It's like, oh no, this is working for us. Let's just keep going with this, right? And it's those thoughts, it's that thinking that keeps you stuck and kind of keeps you feeling yucky, okay? The other thing is it seeks pleasure. So if sitting down with your phone and zoning out and just kind of escaping the stress of the day is kind of what you do, then you're going to keep doing that. But just like anything else, too much of a good thing can end up working against us, right? So we have to really watch the amount of time that we're spending on those phones. And if we are going to scroll through Instagram, I like to go to the same place in your house, in your room, at your desk, wherever you sit and look through social media, put some post-its, write a mantra. Everyone is beautiful, including me. I bring the fun. I create fun. There's lots of fun and beauty to go around in the world. Like whatever thoughts that will serve as a little reminder to you when you feel yourself kind of get sucked into that negative thinking and that compare and despair, have a go-to thought. Now, I know that sounds corny and I know it sounds kind of like really simple and a little bit stupid. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, because whatever it is we put in our brains becomes our reality. So what's the alternative? I think the alternative is to sit and sink further and further into jealousy and fear of missing out and compare and despair. And that just does not sound like, we're already spending way too much time of our lives on our phones. At least if we're going to be on our phones looking at other people and other images, can we make it inspiring, uplifting, increase our happiness level instead of decrease? That's just kind of what I think. I hope that's helpful. Again, if you're in my Confident Moms Raising Confident Daughters group, you're going to get a little work booklet that you can use, and moms and daughters both together. Maybe you don't sit down and work on these little worksheets together, but if both of you do them and then have like a light discussion about it, it's going to be so much more powerful than just hopefully watching this video. I hope you guys are watching these. It's my mission to make this contribution and to put this out in my little corner of the world, and hope that it helps young women and their moms and boys and their dads and everybody live their best life. Okay, so because I got to do it and because I'm super stoked, I put out an email yesterday, like a personal email to like a personal kind of list of people that had expressed interest in my Be Confident summer workshop series. And you guys, like, I've already got almost half the spots taken. So if you're interested in this summer workshop series that I'm doing for rising 7th and 8th graders, so if your daughter, granddaughter, neighbor, someone you know is going into 7th or 8th grade next year, I need you to contact me. And if they're local in the Louisville area or surrounding areas, there's going to be 4 Tuesday nights, 2 in June and 2 in July. I think it's the 19th and the 26th of June, the 10th and the 17th of July. I know we're on vacation. I know we've got jam-packed summer schedules. I'm working with that. If you have to miss one, there's going to be recordings. Bottom line is, this thing is so packed with value, and I've done all the research. I know exactly what we need to be talking about, the activities that we need to do to kind of get that message really ingrained in their brains. I know who I need to bring in to add to the discussion. I know the connections we need to make. I know it all. I do. I know it all. So I'm putting it all together this summer. I'm super, super excited about this. I literally mentioned it yesterday. I have been visualizing this energy in this room that we're going to have and all the activities we're going to be doing. And I'm already there in my mind. And I want your daughter to be there too, because it's going to change her middle school experience for the better. It's going to give her some tools, some strategies, some things that she can recall upon and refer back to when school starts back up. And it's the perfect time because it's in the summer. We're out of the school routine. She can really learn on several different levels through my talk, through activities, through connections with other girls. This is going to get through. Okay. So if you have a daughter and you're concerned about, her confidence level, social media, the pressures that she's under every day when she walks into school, I get it. I'm there with you. I know. And I've developed this workshop series, Be Confident workshop series, to address all of that. So find me here on Coach Betsy Smith. Send me a message. You can email me at betsy@coachbetsy.com. You can go to coachbetsy.com. I'm going to have the link for registration up very soon. But in the meantime, let me know so that I can reserve a spot for you because they're going fast. Okay, guys, that's my little tidbit on jealousy. I hope that today or soon, if you find yourself feeling envious of someone, if you find yourself feeling jealous, if you find yourself talking about someone else being jealous of you or your daughter, I hope you'll take a moment and just kind of turn this a little bit and think about it in a different way. Switch from that scarcity mindset to that abundant mindset, and you'll feel so much better. And you'll discover some really useful things about yourself, which is the name of the game. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Toodles.